Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion and the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you can find a detailed description of the day's astrological aspects. Here, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page. Then I'll play another card that, in the context of today's astrology, may give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is a new one. It is the Two of Swords, and it's here because it represents the first 10 days, or the first decan, of the sun's transit in the land of Libra. Now, Libra is an air sign, and swords in tarot represent air element symbolism. And air element symbolism is about our thoughts, our plans, our words, and sort of how we use them, how we can use them to do harm or good. So here we come to the Two of Swords, and you see a person here who is it would appear to be at a crossroads, right? If you think of those swords as ideas, thoughts, choices that we have to make, then this can look a little bit like a stalemate. Like we have a difficult choice to make, and really as though if I make one choice, then the other choice is no longer available to me, right? That you're really going to have to go either north or west or south or east. You can't choose both. So, there's some lack of equilibrium that comes with having to make a choice like that. And there's never any really clear winner, but to make any progress, we have to do something, right? So, I've always looked at this as a card about indecision, about having a hard time making up our minds, and I've always looked to the moon in the card and the water behind this person. She's sort of seated barefoot with two swords, not barefoot, but blindfolded with two swords over her shoulders, where she's holding him there like that. Looks like it'd feel heavy and like a burden, right? But there's the reminder here with the moon and the water to sort of get in touch with how you feel about something, because, we can weigh the pros and cons of either choice all day long, but, the thing that you're going to have to do is make a choice. And it's interesting. I was just watching a favorite astrologer on YouTube. Her channel is Soul in Vibration, and her name is Kathy LaDonna. She's really into numerology, and she does these daily astrological reports as well. And she held up the Two of Swords today. She just drew it for today, and she was saying, because she's got a different kind of wisdom, or we're all connected to our own brand of wisdom, I would say. She said this really wonderful thing. She said that the Two of Swords, it's not about you don't know what to do. What it is about is that there's something difficult that you have to do and you don't want to do it, right? So whether it's choosing the harder path or choosing the easier path, or you choosing the path that separates you from something you don't want to be separated from, or the path that brings you closer to something you don't want to be closer to, it's something that you have to do, you have to do. And any sort of pretending indecision is really just that. It's pretending because you know what it is that has to be done, and you're stalling, right? You're sort of putting it off. So that's an interesting take on it. I think that's kind of wise, because often, this reminds me of the advice I give people sometimes to flip a coin too. Like really indecisive people, it's nice to keep a coin on you. If you have a yes or no question, you can just heads or tails it. But the trick to heads or tails is not just doing what the coins tell you. If it's a choice of chocolate and vanilla, and either one is just as good to you, or you think either one is just as good to you, and then you flip that coin, you say heads it's tails, heads it's chocolate, tails it's vanilla, and you flip the coin and it lands on your hand and it's heads, and you're like, so it's chocolate, and you're like, oh, I wanted vanilla, right? Then your choice is made. And the choice is not the chocolate because the coin said chocolate. The choice is vanilla because you know what you wanted as soon as you saw the answer, right? So, there are a lot of things that could go two ways, but we also often know deep in our hearts which way we're going to go with something. And it just requires sort of making a difficult choice. Perhaps, something that's disappointing to somebody else, but hopefully will bring us closer to what we love, what we're impassioned about, and, what we're trying to learn in life. Okay, and with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some cards because I forgot to do that while I was talking about the Two of Swords, and I'm used to doing this detailed description twice, but I'm not going to do the detailed description of the aspects on this channel anymore. You can look at the other channel for that. I'm trying to keep both of these episodes pretty short, so it's not a very long ask of y'all when you want to tune in and get your astrology and tarot with me. So thank you for being here. I truly appreciate your presence. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the feedback you give. This has been a learning trajectory for me, and a few of you have really been here with me on this path from the beginning of my learning trajectory. So I really appreciate you for sticking around, hanging out, coming back, supporting me in the way you do just by showing up. And with that said, we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind is if you're having a difficult time making that choice, or if you're having a difficult time really taking action on what your choice is, right? If you're sort of stalling because you have a difficult choice to make, and that means you have like a difficult conversation to have with somebody, and that the words that you use, you have to be very careful with them. You might hurt somebody's feelings. You might damage your own even standing or ability to move forward if you don't use your thoughts and your words and your plans correctly in a situation like this. Three of Pentacles is about collaboration, cooperation. Everybody brings their own something special to the party, right? Or to the work, more to the point. And so, this is like asking a friend to help you out. Asking a friend to help you be accountable for the fact that you said that, if this thing happens again at work, I'm quitting that job. Or, ask a friend to help you be accountable for, anything that's difficult to do, really, because honestly, if we have to be accountable to only ourselves, we might just sit in this sort of stance of refusing to choose for a while. But understand that even that is a choice, right? As this person sits here waiting, like knowing probably what they would rather have, but knowing how difficult it is also to make this cut, to make this choice, right? It occurs to me that those options are sliding away from you in terms of time, even as you just sit there and wait, right? If you wait long enough, then the choices that you had, the good opportunities and choices that you had, will not wait around for you. Okay, so ask a friend for accountability. Ask a friend for a little collaboration, a little help. If you need to get out of a bad situation, it always helps to have a friend who will show up for you and help you get out of that bad situation. If you just need to take on a challenging task, especially like a mental labor task, a challenging task of the mind, of the thoughts, plans, and communications. If you need help planning something that's big, that's going to represent a big change for you in your life. If you need, maybe we're resisting making this choice because it's going to be a lot of extra work to get that education that I need to do that thing I'm choosing, or it's going to take a lot of extra time or dedication, to really feel like I'm in a good place to take on that next thing that I've chosen to take on, that to take on the path that I'm choosing, there might have to be some preparedness, and maybe I'm not quite so prepared. Maybe I need some help getting there, right? call a tutor, call a friend, call somebody who can support you through the difficult change, right? Perhaps this is a change that you haven't even told anybody that you know you need to make yet, right? That I definitely get that vibe. Like, I'm just gonna pretend I don't see that I have this choice to make, right? So, find somebody that you can talk to about it, and actually you can let them help you, the right person, somebody that you trust, somebody that has some experience, the right person can really help you strategize your path forward in a way that, that helps you not get in your own way. Seek out somebody who has the experience, right? Like if the problem is, leaving a job for a new career, that's a choice that one would have to make, right? If the choice is to leave a job for a new career, maybe go talk to somebody that you've seen that has done that before, and see what they would not do the same in the future, right? See what kind of guidance they can give you, see what kind of instruction they're willing to support you with. Taken in the context of the astrology today, cooperation makes it happen, friends, okay? Venus is square to Mars, but I'm really not getting any very difficult or challenging vibes off of this square right now. I think it's just really meant to keep us active. Venus in opposition to Neptune can be a really sort of very relaxed and receptive and open vibe where we just kind of feel like relaxing and enjoying the dreamy ideas that are coming across to us, enjoying thinking about what would be ideal for us. And, Mars in square to both Venus and Neptune here is really just saying, yeah, you're really going to have to sit up and take action when the opportunity actually comes down the path your way. You can't just sit there and receive it. You're really going to have to stand up and grasp it. So perhaps Mars is the friend to Venus here. Like Venus says, I've got these changes to make, and I'm really open to the beauty that's coming up in my life. I'm really open to the positive transformations that are coming my way. I don't even maybe know what they are, but I've been told to just think about what it is that's ideal for me, and so I'm just going to think about what it is that's ideal for me, and let these transformations sort of come my way. And Mars is here to say, yeah, that's not an easy choice to do, to sort of relax and allow things to unfold, knowing that things are going to change. But I'm here to support you. I'm here to be your friend and to remind you when it's time to take action, when it's time to really move forward rather than just allowing things to happen for you. Venus is in this beautiful trine position with Uranus and Pluto, these two planets that will upend your life in different ways. They're like these are like changes now, and these are like changes, the big ends and endings and beginnings that we're sort of always on the way to or in the middle of, right? And I just see Venus going down this path toward Neptune and Pisces, going down this path toward what our ideal circumstance looks like for us, and being in this beautiful trine relationship, receptive to these changes as they're coming up on our path. So it's good to have a friend at your side when you don't really know what the changes are that you've signed on for, but you've opened yourself up to them, right? Even if it feels like a positive thing. A lot of things can feel like a positive thing and still be really scary, okay? So, phone a friend, get some help, collaborate with somebody, allow somebody who cares about you to support you through something difficult, okay? Because they want to do that. People who care about you do want to be available to help you through something difficult. Of course, you should ask them if they're available to do that, not just assume that they will, right? But, it's a good thing. This is why we have friends. This is why we have people that we can collaborate with and call on, is so that when things get a little tough, we can call them and say, "This is hard. Help me out," right? And they'll say, "Okay, yes, I see what you're saying, and here's what I think here's what I think I would do in that situation." yeah, and I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate. No, one more thing. Three pentacles, right? And here we have, you've got Venus and Uranus and Pluto all trine together, and they are all in the earth signs, which is, pentacles are earth element symbolism. So I think maybe this is really pointing to that grand trine and these really blessings of transformation that are on board for us if we can be a little relaxed and receptive, but not so relaxed and receptive that we're not able to make the cut, make the jump when the time comes. Okay, now that's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more astrology today and tarot.